I have changed up my coffee routine a little bit. Instead of using the creamer I used to use, I'm using this oat barista blend. I really like the Oatly, the way it tastes the best, but it has more grams of added sugar. This one is really low. It has 2 grams for a whole cup, and I only use 1/4 of a cup. And then I switch up between monk fruit and stevia drops. So today I added 5 stevia drops and a scoop of collagen. If you're having a hard time getting protein in the morning, this is a great way to get 9 grams of protein with your coffee. Good morning, welcome back. We have a what I eat in a day. I've had my coffee, put on my face, got my, usual uniform on of leggings and a t-shirt because we're gonna go for a walk later. But first, breakfast. I'm gonna be using up a few things that I have in the fridge already, so let's get it going. I'm gonna start by chopping up some of this bell pepper. I'm not going to use it all, so I have some water in a container right there that I'll store it in the fridge in slices. Just like I would if it were carrots or celery. Just helps it stay fresh longer. So that's going in the fridge for later. I'm just gonna make kind of like an egg hash. I have some potatoes here that we did like a shrimp boil. So they've just been boiled in water with some seasoning. A little bit of red onion that I have left over. And I'm just gonna, because these are already cooked, I am gonna wanna get like some crisp on them. Got a little skillet here on medium. I'm gonna add 1/2 a tablespoon right now. Go in my veggies. I'm gonna add a little salt and pepper and then let these cook for about 3 to 4 minutes until they're more tender. They don't have to be completely done because I'm gonna add my potatoes, but mostly done. Now these are all toasty. I'm gonna add another 1/2 a teaspoon or 1/2 a tablespoon of oil. And my potatoes. I'm gonna add some of this Greek seasoning. I let them sit, don't move them around because I want to get a little crust on them. Good enough for me. I'm gonna add about 1/2 a cup of chopped spinach and 2 eggs. Just cook it until the eggs are cooked and the spinach is wilted. This would have been a lot better in a non-stick pan, but I just had to throw mine away, the one that's this size. So I guess I'll have to add that to the list. So I'm gonna just do another little sprinkling of this Greek seasoning. I'm gonna turn the heat off. I'm just gonna cover it. Can't find the right lid. Big bowl of deliciousness. I'm gonna add a little bit of sriracha, just because I'm feeling it. I don't know why. Add salsa and cilantro if you'd like. Now I'm just gonna add like some dots because I'm a little bit of a wuss. Now I can stir it together and like really mix that in so I don't get one big bite of sriracha. She might not be pretty, but she's nutritious and she's delicious. So she's a win in my book. If I had extra avocado, I'd put that on top, but I need it for my dinner tonight, so can't use it. All right, we are headed to the park. I brought my dog with me. We bought him like a new harness kind of thing that goes around. I think it's called like a gentle lead because he's a terrible walker. I'll try to practice with him at the house and he'll do okay. But then when we get to the park where like all the smells are, he just can't contain himself. So we bought him this. So I'm gonna try to do it with just he and I, while he might listen a little bit better than like when my daughter's riding a bike next to us and all that. So I'm gonna go get a few steps in and hopefully not kill a dog. It could be worse. It could be better. It's a lot better than it was at the beginning. Oh, freak out time. Nope. Come on. There you go. All right, send prayer. Made it back from the park. We did 2 miles. First half mile was super questionable, but he kind of settled in and did a really good job. That last mile was really good. It's a little early. It's like 11:30, and I had that big breakfast bowl, so I'm not super hungry, but I'm really craving a protein smoothie. So I'm gonna go ahead and have a protein smoothie now and then have like a lighter snacky kind of lunch later when I'm hungry again, just because that's what I'm vibing on. I was using a whey protein, but now that I've switched to a more anti-inflammatory style diet, I am now using this exclusively. Pretty much any kind of vegan protein would work for me, I think. But this is the one that I can have easy access to, and I already like using it whenever I bake. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use it in my smoothies as well, so that way I don't have to worry about whey protein hurting my hands or my gut. So let's make this smoothie. I'm gonna start off with a half a cup of whatever kind of milk you like. This one, by the way, absolutely delicious. And I like that it is higher in protein like regular milk. But you can use regular almond milk, regular milk, whatever suits your fancy. And then I use a light orange juice just because it has less sugar. And I think this is a very important line here. Include 0 grams of added sugar. That's what you want, because the sugar that's in there is from the actual orange juice and not a bunch of junk they added. This just gives like a brightness and a tanginess and a sweetness, and oh, it's so good. We just throw in some handful of spinach, half of a frozen banana, and about 1/3 of a cup of frozen blueberries and frozen cherries. My goodness, good thing I bought a new bag. Cherries are really great for you, and they are absolutely delicious, so try it in your smoothie and see if you like it. All right, smoothie time. So I've got my Tone It Up vanilla. It smells so good. So this only has 15 grams of protein, which I say only 15. I mean, it's a delicious way to get 15 grams of protein. But I'm gonna add 1 scoop of collagen as well, just to make it 24 grams of protein. Here it is. I forgot to add hemp seeds or flax seeds, some kind of healthy fat. But I'm not gonna put it back in the blender because I'm too lazy for that. Finally, I'm having my lunch. Got distracted by stuff. So I have 3 tablespoons of hummus with a couple carrots, 2 hard-boiled eggs, and some strawberries that I drizzled a little bit of honey on, so. Dinner takes a little advance notice because we are gonna marinate our chicken. So I'm starting off with half a cup of oil. I'm gonna show you the oil I normally use if I'm not using avocado oil. So this is lighter tasting, so it doesn't have a strong olive flavor, but it's better than on higher heat than something like extra virgin olive oil. Just dumping that oil in there, and then you're gonna need either 1 large orange, or in my case, I had 2 small ones, and then 1 large lime. This is seriously so delicious. Give this meat a try. You can have it however you like. We did ours on tacos, but seriously, we're gonna put this on repeat in our house. Go ahead and juice both of those oranges and that lime. I found the lime was easier in my little press. I tried to do it on the other juicer and it did not go well. And I'm saving these fruits to throw in after I add all my seasonings, just because I've seen a lot of people marinate with their fruit. This seasoning here I found on my actual seasoning like baking aisle, but there are instructions on how to make that seasoning if you can't find it. They were going in with some smoked paprika. You can use regular paprika if you'd like as well. This is another one. This was on the Latin aisle, so
It also showed instructions on how to make your own on the post I have down below, but I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to add, have to make extra seasoning blends when I could just go ahead and buy them, because I'm definitely going to be making this again. It took about 2 packets of that seasoning. I'm not even going to attempt to say the name because I will butcher it. So 2 packets was slightly under 1 tablespoon. I was happy with that. Now, next, Mexican oregano. This does taste different than the kind of oregano you get that you might put in like marinara or any kind of pasta sauce. So if you can find Mexican, that is the best. It has a more like florally kind of flavor. It's delicious. Now, obviously, add some salt and pepper. I keep forgetting to buy kosher salt at the grocery store. I need to make a list of it, but I will forget again. Now, on with some cumin and some red pepper flakes. The red pepper flakes are optional. I did not think this was spicy whatsoever, so don't be scared of that. And then 2 tablespoons of vinegar. I have this giant one because I use vinegar to clean my produce when I get it home. Then about 6 cloves of garlic, and then I added 1 because I'm going to be making a dressing for some salad. So I put that one to the side, but we're just going to whack it real good with the side of our knife and then peel off that coating. And I'm just putting them in the marinade whole. Sometimes if you like press them and put them in the marinade, they'll get stuck to the chicken and then they will burn whenever you cook the chicken. So by putting it in whole, I'm getting the flavor of garlic without having to get that like bitter burnt garlic flavor. Now that I have all my goodies in the bag, I'm going to just kind of mush it together to get it all incorporated. Make sure the seasonings are all combined in the oil and the juices. And now I'm going to add 2.5 pounds of chicken to this. Use whatever kind of chicken you want. If you want to use chicken breast, if you want to use, a whole chicken cut down. I'm using boneless, skinless thighs. You can use bone in, skin on. You can use thighs and breast and legs. Whatever you want, have fun. We don't do thighs often, but I thought it'd be really good, and I was right. And I think I'm starting to like thighs because I used to not. But I could not stop eating this. So either this is just a really good marinade or I'm liking thighs more. Go wash your hands and then squish this stuff together. I want that chicken to be really, really combined well, incorporated well. Now this needs to sit for 1 to 3 hours. It could probably sit overnight. It doesn't say that in the recipe, but if I worked, I would give it a go. Now just put it in the fridge.
All right, I wanted to add back my little fruit. It'll just help, that zest on the fruit just helps make it extra fruity. Push it in there.
Now I'm going to make a honey lime vinaigrette for a salad later. I need 1/4 cup of lime juice. I ended up cutting a little too much lime, but just squeeze those limes in. This has very minimal ingredients. It's a really delicious dressing that is really low key, but feel free to get like an avocado ranch or a salsa ranch from like the grocery store. It would be equally delicious. Since I cut too much lime, I'm cutting those up for my water, and I had delicious lime water the rest of the day. We're going to add a little bit of oil and press our garlic clove in. I really like pressing garlic into my salad dressings because I don't have to worry about giant chunks of like spicy garlic. Then in with a teaspoon of diced jalapeno and 2 tablespoons of cilantro and some salt. I also added pepper, but I almost forgot, so I added it later. And then in with 2 tablespoons of honey. I don't know why I always do this to myself where I forget to spray it before adding it and then have a complete nightmare trying to get the honey out of the tablespoon. So save yourself some trouble and spray that bad boy before you add the honey. Now, there goes the pepper. Add the lid and a little shaky shake. Get a little arm workout. It was a bad day to do a shoulder workout. I tell you what, burn like Usher, baby. Now I'm just going to throw this in the fridge while I prep my radishes. I'm cutting off the tops and the bottom, and I'm going to use my mandolin to slice. Be careful, it is sharp. I was cleaning my mandolin, and my finger slipped off and cut me. So be very careful, hence the Band-Aid on my finger. Now, I don't know where my guard is, or else I'd be using it. So just be, again, very careful. Now, honestly, this was okay. They don't really have much flavor, but hey, they do have fiber and they are a vegetable. So, and they're also really pretty. So just put these in the fridge. You can add water to cover them if you'd like, just like I would do celery, and they would last even longer.
What came in the mail? So hopefully by next week, I'll have more answers for you.
The time has come, my friends, to cook our chicken. So get that grill ready, pop that chicken on top. We're going to sprinkle a little bit more of this seasoning. I did this side, and then we flipped them. I did the other side. Now, if you don't want to grill these, the recipe does also let you know how to roast them in the oven. So you have options. But look at that color. Beautiful. Now it's time for our salad. I'm putting a little over a cup of this lettuce into a bowl with a 1/3 cup of corn, a 1/3 cup of the radishes, and a 1/3 of a can of black beans that have been rinsed and drained. Now, the recipe I have linked below says it makes 4, but that's like for the salad being your main dinner. So this is a side salad. So I'm saying that it's going to make 6 servings, and that's how I divvied it up for the macros. And I'm only making a 1/3 of the salad to serve 2 people tonight. Add a little bit of our vinaigrette, and we're going to toss that together once we get that avocado cut up. Finally, an avocado that I thought would be ripe, that's actually ripe and perfect. I wanted to cry when I opened it, and it was all perfectly green. You don't know how long I've been chasing this goal my entire adult life, pretty much. I'm just going to toss this together, put it to the side while I shred up those chicken thighs. Speaking of those glorious chicken thighs, are those not a beauty? I chose to shred mine with just 2 forks. Feel free to slice them or keep them whole and just serve them, you know, like on a plate whole and let people cut their own chicken up. I was making tacos, so I shredded just the amount I wanted to eat this night, and I left the rest of them whole. That way I can air fry them, and they will taste more delicious than trying to throw them in the microwave, because chicken in the microwave is gross. I'm sorry, but it is. Let's build up this plate, ladies' plate first. So I have 2 of these corn tortillas that I toasted up first because I just like them better. I think they stay together better than if you kind of steam them. I put about 1 chicken thigh, like divided amongst my 2 tacos, and then a little bit of the shredded cabbage, optional but delicious. I also add a little bit of diced white onion and an avocado slice, and then the juice of a lime. So good. Oh, yes. Tell me that does not look like a super fancy Latin dish that you want to go eat. This is why it doesn't feel like I need motivation to stay on my journey, because the food is delicious. Now I'm going to do my husband's just to show you a little variation. He gets 3 tacos with that delicious meat. I'm telling you, I kept it's like snacking on little pieces. So, so good. I like to add a mixture of white onion and cilantro to his because he likes cilantro, a little bit of that cabbage, avocado, and lime again. But if you like cilantro, it is a delicious way to brighten up any kind of Mexican dish. It's dessert time, and I'm feeling some apple nachos. So I've just sliced up 1 apple, and I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of this peanut butter powder because I'm only going to have half. That way I get a little extra protein, a little extra fiber, and you can make it extra drizzly by just adding a little bit of extra water. Tell me that's not good drizzle consistency. Yes. Now top this whatever you want. Unsweetened coconut, almonds, whatever you like. Put it on here and eat it. It's delicious dessert. I am going to use my super seed mix that I made in my last meal prep video. It has pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds and flax, a whole bunch of delicious stuff full of magnesium and delicious things that we need for anti-inflammatory purposes. This is a great snack.
All right, y'all, that's it for me. I did get my 8,000 steps. Gonna finish up with eating half of these apples. I'm gonna share it with my husband because I'm nice like that. And go take a shower. So I hope you'll have a great day. Remember that these full days of eating, no matter who's doing them, it's really just about inspiring maybe new food ideas and to help with motivation, and not at all saying you need to eat this way for any particular reason. These are foods that I like and I enjoy and that make me happy on my journey, but you definitely need to find what makes you happy on yours. So with that, I will say good night. Bye, y'all.